Okay, welcome to take 3 of How Bad Does Jeff's Videography Skills Suck? This is a 1978 F250 Crew Cab. It is a 78 even though it's got the 79 headlight buckets in it. I bought this truck off of eBay. Turns out that the guy that I bought it from was a member of FordTruckEnthusiasts.com, where I'm going to be hosting the detailed build thread on this. As I said in the introduction video, Ted, don't take anything personally. I am being critical of this for the build thread, just to document everything. So nothing against you. You sold me a great truck, man. I'm happy with it. There are some doinks and dings in the sheet metal, and I'm going to talk about those in a second. Right now, the big gremlins that I have are my dash lights don't work, my speedometer doesn't work, my fuel gauge doesn't work, my turn signal indicators don't work, and I'm betting that that's that floppy printed circuit board on the back of the gauge cluster. I'll be getting into that here in a little bit if the storm holds off. The truck has a 306 in it with a granny 4-speed. I don't know if that's a T18, T19, or an NP 435. At this point, it's kind of irrelevant. But one thing I did notice, this thing's got a lot of power ports in it. There's 2 down there. There's 1 up there on top of the dash. That's actually very interesting. You see the dash pad and the visors. So if anyone knows where I can source a really good quality dash pad, I'll probably be looking for one of those in the near future. Let's see. The passenger side wheel seal leaks. The pinion leaks. The pinion is a little loose. The rear main seal is leaking. The front main seal is leaking. The lifter gallery panel is leaking. You know, it's an old truck. It's almost 40-year-old truck. It's going to have some of those issues. So I am not upset in any way. It does not have 2 tanks in it, but you see that the bed is set up for 2 tanks. And the place for the switch is there. I just got to put a switch in it. This was high output heater. Now this truck was built in Canada and was originally sold in Idaho. So I think that's kind of mandatory. I'm not sure what the difference is. I do know that it has a great big old monster of a heater and HVAC system under the hood. I mean, huge. Let's see. Lots of mirrors on the truck. Lots of mirrors. Brand new tires all the way around it. I'm very pleased about that. The passenger side got scraped real good. Now look down there, you can see the body itself is all straight. You just got that caved in spot in the bed right there. That really doesn't bother me because the bed is not going to be on the final project. There's the donor truck to the project over there. Those of you that remember that build, you know that that has a monster of a 6-liter turbo diesel Power Stroke in it. The broad idea is for this sheet metal to go on that chassis with a long bed, and it's going to be a dually, but that's the long term. But I will be using this bed to practice my sheet metal repair techniques, maybe practice a little bit of tinning. I'm probably not going to try to use lead just because of the hazardous component to it, but I will be using this bed to practice on. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but his kids drew some little pictures on there. It was kind of cute. This back door, that's going to be pretty much a have to fix because rear doors for these trucks are rare as hen's teeth. You just don't find them. So that's going to be the mountain right there that I have to climb, is that door. Just do a little more walk around here. More mirrors, yay! That way you can see what's about to run over you from behind on the interstate. This truck was delivered to Bullard, Texas last night, where the truck driver had to drop off a couple other vehicles. So we went out there and met him and unloaded it, and I drove it home on the interstate. In Texas, the speed on our interstate's 75. So if you're not doing at least 80, then you are in real danger of being run over. I will tell you that this truck is okay at 60. I was using the GPS in my phone for speed. She's okay at 60. 65, she gets cranky. You try to push it up towards 70 mile an hour and she does not like you. So yeah, it was a fun drive home from Bullard, Texas last night. Got a little surprise that fell out from under the dash that I didn't notice till I went to get out of the truck last night. Let you guys take a gander at that big old monster. Good thing it was dead. No real rust on the truck anywhere. No rust or nothing worth making note of. So what I've got here is I've got a good solid truck to start, as a starting point. This is not going to be a Sunday cruiser weekend show truck. This is going to be an actual working truck. So everything is going to be as solid as it can be. I'm not going to do any hacking. I'm not going to do any redneck engineering on it. It's going to be done right. Those of you that know me know that I work in the oil field, so I've got to be able to depend on the truck that I'm driving out there, because sometimes I'm 30 miles from the nearest paved road. So this truck is the new project. I haven't thought up a name for it yet. Right now I'm just calling it the 78 Crew Cab build. So there we go. You've met the truck. Questions, comments, dirty jokes, criticisms, go ahead and post them up. Thank you.